She came riding out of nowhere, like a storm I couldn't see. I was like midnight full of secrets, hands that felt like destiny. Told me love was just a warning, told me run while I still could. But the devil doesn't whisper things that sound that good. Every mile we rode together feel like fire in my veins. Every kiss was just a promise I would never break these chains. Sheriff's men were close behind us, but I never slowed the pace. I was running toward forever, with destruction in her face. If this road leads straight to hell, I'll ride it well. Loved by the devil, cursed by the light, burned every bridge just to hold her one night. If heaven won't have me, that's alright, I'll be buried by the dawn. Loved by the devil, haunted by grace, still see forever written on her face. Even if love was a fatal mistake, I still ride on. Every town we left behind us lit another funeral flame. Every prayer I tried to whisper just kept calling out her name. She said someday they'll remember, not the sins but how we burn. But the world don't build no statues for the ones who never learn. If I could go back to the first night, would I walk away instead, or ride straight into the fire like she said? Sun was climbing like a judgment, bullets tearing through the air. When the smoke finally settled, she was lying right there. Blood like roses in the dust, and still reaching out to me. I pulled her close and felt the moment love turned into memory. Ride fast, don't slow down, love will put you in the ground. Ride fast, hear the sound, ain't no saving us now. Loved by the devil, buried by dawn, holding a ghost where her body was gone. If this is the price of a love that's strong, I'll pay it again. Loved by the devil, cursed from the start, still feel her beat in the ghost of my heart. Even death couldn't tear us apart, she rides in the wind. If you hear hooves in the distance, but there's no rider there, that's just love still running through the air. They say the night once took a man and never gave him back, with his name carved in the wind and footprints in the black. No grave ever held him, no prayer ever stayed, just a shadow on the horizon that refused to fade. Every town still lights a candle when the moon turns cold and thin. Doors get locked, whiskey poured like they're waiting on a sin. Old men swear they've seen him riding through the fog at break of day. Oh, it's like thunder made of darkness, eyes that never look away. If he's damned, never shows it. If he's broken, no one knows it. I'm the man the night kept when the daylight turned his back. Every road I've ever taken only leads me through the black. If redemption's out there somewhere, it don't answer when I call. So I keep on riding forward, like I'm running from it all. Every scar's a piece of memory, every memory a chain. Every mile just adds another layer to the pain. But the wind don't ask forgiveness, and the dust don't care who's wrong. When you live outside of mercy, you just learn to carry on. Mama used to hum a hymn, soft as candlelight. Said even lost souls find their way home at night. Guess mine took a different road.
Riding past redemption, past the places I could stay, past the last flicker of hope fading into gray.
If there's peace beyond the horizon, it don't shine for me. Just an endless stretch of nowhere, and the man I used to be. Ride on, don't slow down, ain't no saving us now. Ride on, through the sound, let the thunder shake the ground.
I'm the man the night kept
Still breathing, still alone.
every dawn.
Just finds me further from a place called home. If the darkness wants a rider, I'll be first in line. 'Cause the only thing that's mine is the road and time. If you hear hooves in the distance, when the world's asleep, don't look back, just keep on walking. Some ghosts you don't wanna meet. She met me in a rundown bar where the neon barely shined. Said I look like trouble, but the gentle kind. Her laugh sounded like salvation in a world I'd burned away. For a moment I believed I might stay. Every town knew my history, every scar had earned its name. Every sunrise felt like judgment, every night erased the blame. But she held me like tomorrow wasn't something I should fear. Like a man with nothing left, still had something here. If love was just a loaded gun, I was already done. She loved a dead man walking, breathing out borrowed time, holding on to someone already left behind. If heaven ever wanted me, waited way too long. Now she's crying over flowers on a bullet in the song. We were running from tomorrow like it couldn't catch our trail. But the past don't need directions, it just follows where you fail. Told her leave before it finds us. She just smiled and took my hand. Said I'd rather burn beside you than live safe with another man. If I had one life left to give, I would have given mine just to see her wake up one more time. Morning came like thunder, smoke still in the air, sirens singing mercy to a prayer that wasn't there. I crawled across the pavement, but her eyes were somewhere else, holding on to nothing but the pieces of myself. Ride hard, don't slow down, love put you underground. Ride hard, hear the sound, ain't no saving us now. She loved a dead man breathing, I loved her just the same. Two lost souls colliding in a wildfire flame. If there's peace beyond this life, I'll find her on that shore. 'Cause a love like ours don't die, it just rides forevermore. If you see a woman standing where the desert meets the sky, she's still waiting on a man who didn't die. I left town before the sunrise, didn't say goodbye to anyone, just a tank of gas and silence and the damage I had done. Church bells rang behind me like they knew I wouldn't stay. Every mile just felt like proof there was no other way. Every bridge I ever crossed still burns inside my head. Every promise I abandoned walks beside me like the dead. Tried to drown it in the whiskey, tried to lose it on the road, but you can't outrun the weight of a heart that overloads. If forgiveness has a price, I paid it twice. I ran my angel but not my sin. Every road I take just circles back again. If redemption's real, it's hiding somewhere far. 'Cause I can hear it call, but don't know where you are. Every stranger's just a mirror of the man I used to be. Every night I swear tomorrow might finally set me free. But the dawn comes cold and empty, like a truth I can't escape. There's a ghost behind my shadow, wearing my own face. Mama used to say, son, the light will find your way. Guess I turned too far around to see the day. Pulled over by the canyon, watched the sky begin to bleed. For a second I imagined who I might have been instead of me. If heaven keeps a ledger, mine's written in red. But I ain't asking mercy, just a place to rest my head. Drive on, don't slow down, leave your past in the ground. Drive on, hear the sound, ain't no turning back now. I outran my angels, but they never left. Just watch me disappear into the mess. If forgiveness finds me on some distant shore, I'll be the same man, just tired of war. If you see headlights on a road with no wind, there's just a sinner trying again. They said I died that winter, buried deep beneath the snow. Carved my name into a headstone so the world would let me go. But the earth refused to keep me, and the cold could not erase every promise left unfinished, every face I had to face. I remember fire and thunder, I remember blood and rain, I remember swearing vengeance through a mouth full of pain. Every mile back toward that town felt like destiny's design, like the devil drew a map just to lead me to the line. If mercy still exists, it never did for this. The night I came back, no grave could hold me down. Every ghost I ever made was waiting in that town. If justice ain't delivered, I'll deliver it myself. 'Cause a man with nothing left ain't afraid of hell. Windows closed when I rode in. Dogs refused to make a sound. Like the whole damn place remembered what they put into the ground. Saw his face behind the glass, turned to paper, turned to bone. Funny how the mighty crumble when the dead come home. Mama said revenge will burn me from inside. Guess she never thought I'd survive.
Gunshot cracked like thunder, echo rolling through the night. When the smoke finally settled, there was nothing left to fight.
Oh, no victory, no glory, just silence in the air. Turns out vengeance don't feel different when there's nobody there.
Ride on, don't look back.
Lay your mercy in the black.
Ride on, hear the sound.
Ain't no saving us now.
The night I came back, I was already gone. Just a shadow wearing skin, trying to right a wrong. If the reaper wants his due, he can take his time. I've been dead since the day they crossed that line.
If you pass that town at midnight and the lights all flicker low, keep your eyes upon the highway, don't slow down, just go. She said she'd wait forever at the edge of town, where the highway turns to nowhere and the sun goes down. Told me love was stronger than the things I had to do, but promises don't matter when the world comes for you. I rode out before the morning with a ring inside my coat. Every mile felt like a warning, every breath stuck in my throat. Sheriff's lights were growing closer, like a storm I couldn't dodge. All I wanted was tomorrow, all I got was sabotage.
Fate was caught in stone. I never read my own.
She waited at the edge, I never made it at home. Every road I chose left her there alone. If love could stop a bullet or turn the night around, I'd be holding her right now instead of in the ground.
Every year they say she's still there, standing where we used to meet. Eyes fixed on the horizon, dust gathering at her feet. Some folks call it heartbreak, some say it's just a lie, but broken souls don't here, they just refuse to die.
If I had one more sunrise, one more chance to choose, I'd drop the gun, turn around, and never move. Gunfire split the morning, like the sky itself had cracked. When the smoke finally cleared, there was no going back. They buried me outside of town, where the wildflowers grow. But nobody told her, she already knows.
Hold on, don't let go.
Love's the cruelest ghost you know.
Hold on, hear it call.
Some promises outlive us all.
She waited at the edge, through the rain and cold, through the years that turned her heart to stone.
If heaven lets me wander, I'll find her on that road where forever started and never let go. If you pass that lonely highway when the twilight bleeds, you might see two shadows where there used to be one, and one still waits. They put my name on a headstone for the dust had settled down. Said the fight was finally over, said the good guys held the town. But the wind kept telling stories no one dared to speak aloud, about the man they left for dead underneath the borrowed shroud. I remember a fire in the skyline, I remember falling slow. I remember thinking this is as far as I will go. But the dark don't always claim you, sometimes it just lets you crawl back into the light again to settle one last call. If this is what I became, I don't need a name. I'm the hero they buried, the legend that rose. Every scar's a reminder of the war no one knows. If they thought I was finished, they were wrong from the start. 'Cause you can't kill a story that still beats in a heart. Every town I ride through now feels like deja vu change. Every stranger's looking at me like they recognize the pain. Kids still play being saviors with a wooden gun and grin. Funny how they never learn what it costs to win. Mama used to hum a tune soft as candlelight. Said heroes don't last long in a world that loves a fight. Guess she was right. Back to where it all began, where the smoke first filled the air. Same old ghost still waiting, like they knew I'd end up there. Pulled the trigger one last time, watched the past collapse to dust. Turns out vengeance fades away, but the memories don't rust. Stand tall, don't back down, even heroes hit the ground. Stand tall, hear the sound, legends don't stay underground. I'm the hero they buried, still breathing, still scarred. Every mile just proves how far I've come this far. If the story ends tonight, let it end on my feet. Not a ghost in the shadows, but a man incomplete. If you see a rider where the highway bends, don't ask who he was, just how the story ends. Stand tall, don't back down. Stand tall, hear the sound. Stand tall, hear the sound. Stand tall, legends don't stay underground. I'm the hero they buried, still breathing, still scarred. Every mile just proves how far I've come this far. If the story ends tonight, let it end on my feet. Not a ghost in the shadows, but a man incomplete. If you see a rider where the highway bends, don't ask who he was, just how the story ends. Storm's been brewing for a lifetime. Now it's knocking at my door. Every choice I never wanted, standing on this floor. Ain't no road left behind me, ain't no path ahead, just a line drawn in the dust between the living and the dead. I can hear the horses coming like thunder in my veins. Every heartbeat sounds like war drums calling out my name. Try to outrun this horizon, but it always pulled me back. Guess some men are born to face what others learn to lack. If it was all I had, I'd still be standing back. Stand here or fall, I ain't moving at all. Every scar's a reminder of the man I couldn't save. Every name I still remember is a ghost inside this grave. But regret don't stop a bullet, and mercy don't change fate. All that's left is how you meet it when it's pounding at the gate. Mama's voice in the distance, soft as summer rain, saying, son, don't let the darkness be the last thing with your name. Gun smoke thick as judgment, sun just starting to rise. Funny how the end of everything looks like the start of life. Drop my empty weapon, close my tired eyes. If there's peace beyond this moment, I'll finally arrive. Hold fast, don't give in. We don't know how to bend. Hold fast, hear the sound. Even legends hit the ground. Stand here or fall. Let the darkness take it all. If this is my last breath, I gave it my all. No chains on my spirit, no shame left to defend. Just a man who faced the storm at the bitter end. When the dust finally settles and the silence comes down, if you see no one standing, I stood my ground. There's a fire on the horizon, but it ain't for warmth tonight. Just a past burning slowly in the corner of my sight. Every mile feels like memory, every shadow looks like blame. You can run from your reflection, but it still knows your name. I've been sleeping with one eye open since the winter I came back. Left a trail of broken promises like footprints in the black. Every town smells like a warning, every face a silent judge. But the ghosts don't care about distance, they don't forget or budge. If I could trade my soul for sleep, I would sleep forever deep. The ghosts know my name, call it through the rain. Every night I wait, trying to outrun the pain. If forgiveness lies somewhere, it don't live in me. and his shadows where the light used to be. Every prayer I try to whisper turns to dust inside my mouth, like the heavens close the highway and erase the northern route. I can still hear her laughter in the static of the wind. Funny how the best memories are the ones that cut the skin.
If I could trade one moment just to say goodbye, maybe I'd stop hearing her cry.
Pulled up to the old house where the porch light used to glow, door hanging like a warning of a life I used to know. Saw my name carved in the doorway from a boy who thought he'd stay. Now it reads like a gravestone for the man who rode away. Ride on, don't turn back. Truth is a heart attack. Ride on through the flame. You can't outrun your name. The ghosts know my name, but I'm trying to forget. Every mile I survive is a mile of regret. If redemption finds me on some faraway shore, I'll be someone different than the man before. If you hear someone whisper when the night gets too still, don't answer, some memories kill. I don't remember my first breath, but I remember the last, when the world went dark around me and time refused to pass. They laid me in the ground with a prayer I couldn't hear, but the earth spit me back out every single year. Every town thinks I'm a stranger, every mirror shows the same face that never seems to age, eyes that carry too much pain. Watch the world turn into something I don't recognize at all. Friends become forgotten stories, names erased from every wall. If death was meant to free me, it forgot to see me. Can't die, can't live, just drift between every place I go. Feels like somewhere I've been. If mercy's real, it lost my trail. Now I'm cursed to ride forever through a world grown pale. Every love I ever trusted turned to dust inside my hands. Watch their children grow old, while I stayed the same man. Tried to drown beneath the ocean, tried to burn inside the sun, but forever's just a prison when you're the only one. Mama's face is just a memory, fading like a dream. Hard to miss someone you can barely see. Met a priest who swore he'd save me, said my soul could still be clean. When he touched my hand, he screamed. Church bells rang for miles as I walked away alone. Some sins don't get forgiven, some men don't get a home. Right on through the years, time don't dry these tears. Right on, hear the cry. Even legends wanna die. Can't die, can't live, still breathing, still curse. Every dawn feels like a blessing and a punishment worse. If there's peace beyond the horizon, I'll never arrive. Just a ghost in human skin, still forced to survive. If you see a ride where the road never ends, don't wait, he won't remember you. Met a stranger in the midnight where the road forgets your name. Eyes like burning coal, smile without a trace of shame. Said he knew my situation, knew the debt I couldn't pay. Said he had a simple offer if I just sign away. Every word he spoke was honey, every promise sharp as steel. Said the world would finally notice if I made a proper deal. All my pain would turn to power, all my losses fade to dust. Only thing he asked in return was a little piece of trust. If I knew the cost that night, would I still have signed my life?
I shook the devil's hand, now he knows my name. Every dream I ever wanted, wrapped in chains of flame.
If freedom has a price, I paid it twice the same. Now I walk this earth forever, marked by what I became. Fame came fast like thunder, go like rain from the sky. But every mirror showed a stranger with a hollow look inside. Friends turned into strangers, love turned into fear. Funny how success gets lonely when the end is always near. Mama used to pray for me every single night. Guess some prayers don't travel far enough to reach that height. showed up at the doorstep when the candles burned low. Said the time had finally come for what I already owed. Tried to run, but every highway led me back to where he stood. Turns out deals with darkness don't end when you wish they would. Ride fast, don't look back. Darkness, rise your track. Ride fast, hear the sound. Ain't no breaking this bond.
I shook the devil's hand, thought I won the game. Now eternity's the prison with no one else to blame.
If heaven ever calls me, I won't hear a thing. 'Cause hell don't lose the numbers of the souls it brings. If you meet a man at midnight, offering your dreams, keep walking. Nothing's what it seems. I've been chasing empty horizons longer than I can recall. Every road just leads to another with no end at all. Sky don't care where you're headed, dust don't care where you've been. When you live without a future, you stop counting the sins. Every town feels like deja vu. Different faces, same regret. Every drink tastes like forgetting, but I never quite forget. There's a photograph in my pocket, edges worn and torn apart. Only proof I ever belong to someone's heart. If home still exists, it don't look like this. No place left to go, still I keep riding. Every mile I leave behind just adds to the silence. If peace waits somewhere, I ain't found a sign. Just a man in the darkness trying to outrun time. Met a preacher on the roadside, said salvation's not too late, but he couldn't tell me how to escape myself or fate. Try to pray beneath the starlight, words just froze in my chest. Hard to ask for forgiveness when you don't know what's left. Mama's voice in the distance, like a song I used to know. Funny how the things you miss are the ones you let go. Pulled over by a canyon, watched the sunrise turn to flame. For a moment I imagined I could start again. Then the engine started humming, like it knew what I would do. Some men chase redemption, some just drive straight through. Ride on, don't slow down, there's no turning around. Ride on, hear the sound, lost souls don't touch ground. No place left to go, still I keep moving. Every dawn just proves I'm still losing. If tomorrow comes, it'll look the same. Another stretch of nowhere, another borrowed name. If you see tail light disappearing in the night, don't follow. Some journeys don't end right.
Mama said the stars were crooked the night that I was born. Lightning split the silence like a warning in the storm. Doctor shook his head real slow, preacher wouldn't meet her eyes. Guess some lives come pre-written in a language made of lies. I tried to follow, bring me back the other way. Every chance at something better slipped like dust into the grave. Saw my reflection in the window, didn't recognize a man. Funny how you become the thing you never meant to stand. If choice was ever mine, I lost it down the line. Born on the wrong side, can't outrun the line. Every step I take feels like borrowed time. If redemption waits, it ain't waiting here. Just the echo of a future disappearing in the rear. Met a woman once who swore she could see the good in me. Said the past won't know tomorrow if you dare to let it be. But tomorrow came like thunder, took her far away from sight. Turns out hope don't stand a chance when fate decides to fight. Held a picture in the rain, watch the ink begin to bleed. Funny how the things you love are the first things that you leave. Back to where it all started, where the trouble learned my name. Same old streets, same old shadows, nothing ever really changed. Pull the trigger on the moment, watch the silence fill the air. Some endings don't feel final, some just leave you standing there. Ride hard, don't look back. Fate don't leave no track. Ride hard, hear the sound. Destiny will hunt you down. Born on the wrong side, still breathing, still here. Every dawn feels like a warning, not a chance to start the year. If the story's already written, I'll read it till the end. Not as a victim of the pages, but the man who couldn't bend. If you hear thunder rolling when the sky is clear, some storms never leave, they just stay near. Ride hard, don't look back. Fate don't leave no track. Ride hard.
They burned the house at midnight while the world was fast asleep. Left nothing but the silence and a promise I would keep. Ashes fell like snowfall, covered everything we knew. Some in breaking moments, others come unglued. I don't remember screaming, don't remember feeling pain, just the way the sky went empty and the taste of iron rain. Every mile since that night been a step toward the end. Not a question of forgiveness, just a debt I gotta send. If mercy had a voice, it lost its choice. No mercy left, only names to cross off. Every step I take is a coin the devil tossed. If justice ain't coming, I'll bring it instead. 'Cause the only peace I trust is the quiet of the dead. Every town got whispers, soon as I ride in, like they feel the storm behind me, like they smell the sin. Faces blur together, but the target stays the same. Funny how revenge gives your life a name. Found a ribbon in my pocket, didn't know I kept it still. Some memories don't fade, they just kill. Last one tried to bargain, said the past was long gone, but you can't erase a story once the ink is drawn. Gun fell silent after, like the world forgot to breathe. Turns out vengeance don't restore what you agree. Ride hard, don't slow down, leave your pity in the ground. Ride hard, hear the sound, even justice burns you about a drop in the side. Every tear I had already dried. If the reaper comes, he can take his place. I've been walking beside him, face to face. If you see a rider with eyes like stone, don't call out, he prefers alone.
Kneeling on a splintered floor in a church that lost its name. Candles burning like they're tired of the same old flame. Try to say the words I learned back when hope was still alive, but they tasted like a language I could no longer survive. Every prayer I ever whispered came back empty in my chest, like the sky was just a ceiling and silence did the rest. Watch the good get buried early, watch the wicked walk away. Hard to trust a higher power that don't got time to stay. If forgiveness ever fell, didn't miss me well. I knocked on heaven and nobody answered. Echoes of a man who used to believe if mercy's real, it's far from here. Just a broken soul with nothing left to grieve. Met a preacher on the roadside, said the pain was just a test, but he couldn't tell me why. It never seems to rest. Try to drown it in the bottle, try to burn it in the sun, but some doubts don't disappear, they just learn to run. Mama's voice like distant thunder, singing hymns I used to know. Funny how the light you lose is the one that used to glow. Storm rolled in without warning, rain like nails on the ground. Screamed into the darkness, but there wasn't any sound. For a moment I imagined maybe I was never heard, just another lonely sinner talking to the dirt. Hold on. Don't break down, fate don't always come around. Hold on. Hear the sound, even saints hit the ground. I knocked on heaven till my hands went numb. Salvation's real, it never came. Now I walk this world, half ash, half flame. Not forgiven, not the same. If you hear someone praying where the wind cuts deep, don't listen. Some prayers never sleep.
Sirens cried across the valley, then they choked and disappeared. Sky turned the color of rust, like the end was already here. People ran in every direction, prayers fell like broken glass. Funny how the world keeps moving till it stops all at once, fast. Highways turned to graveyards, engines silent in the dust. Cities stood like skeletons of ambition turned to rust. Saw a dog walk through the silence like it owned the empty land. Guess the earth don't miss us half as much as we planned. If this is judgment day, no one came to stay. When the world went quiet, I was still riding through the ashes of a life everyone denied it. If hope survived somewhere, it never made a sound. Just a man and a heartbeat in a ghost of a town. Radio just spits out static like a memory gone wrong. Tried to call a name I knew, but the signal wasn't strong. Found a photograph in rubble, smiling faces frozen there. Proof that love existed before the empty air. Mama's lullaby returns, soft inside my head. Hard to sing along when everyone is dead. Storm rolled in at midnight, lightning cracked the sky. For a second I imagined someone else survived, but the echo just kept echoing. No answer, no reply. Turns out silence has a way of telling you goodbye. Ride on, don't slow down, ain't no one around. Ride on, hear the sound of a world underground. When the world went quiet, I kept breathing still, like survival was a sentence, not an act of will. If tomorrow comes, it'll look the same. Just a rider in the ruins, with no one left to blame. If you hear hoofbeats in a world gone still, that ain't rescue, just a man who will. Chains drag across the concrete like a clock they'll learn to scream. Every step toward tomorrow feels like falling through a dream. God don't look me in the eyes, preacher won't say my name. Funny how the world gets quiet when it's time to take the blame. I remember every moment that led me to this place. Every choice I called survival now just reads like disgrace. Mama's letter in my pocket, ink blood from the rain, says she still believes
shame if mercy walks these halls. It missed these walls. They're calling my name, time to pay the debt. Every sin I buried ain't forgotten yet. If forgiveness lives somewhere, it ain't found me here. Just a man and his mistakes at the end of fear. Heard a man in the next cell cry himself to sleep. Yes, regret don't care how strong you try to be. Thought I'd feel anger, thought I'd feel rage, but all I feel is empty, like a book with no last page. Mama's voice like sunlight through a cracked open door, saying, son, come home, like before. Door swings wide at midnight, chains fall to the floor. For a second I imagine I might walk out that door, but the hallway just keeps narrow till there's nowhere left to stand. Funny how your whole life fits inside one last command. Hold fast, don't break down. Even kings wear a crown. Hold fast, hear the sound of a man going underground. They're calling my name, and I'm walking straight. Not a hero, not a monster, just a man too late. If there's peace beyond this moment, I'll finally see where the mercy was real, or just meant to be. If you hear footsteps in an empty hall, some endings echo after the fall. They buried me at sundown with a preacher saying grace. Well, the ground felt cold and empty, like it didn't want my face. Midnight split the silence, thunder rolled like drums. When I opened both my eyes, there was no one left but one. Horse was standing restless, like it knew I'd rise again. Eyes reflecting lightning, like the storm had settled in. Town was dark and silent, not a candle left to burn. Funny how the dead can see things the living never learn. If heaven shut its gates, hell sealed my face. Riding after death, no grave for me. Every road I take leads to eternity. If mercy had a face, it looked away. Now I haunt the night till judgment day. past a mirror in a window, saw nothing looking back. Guess reflections just for people who ain't faded into black. Every town I cross at midnight feels the temperature drop. Dogs start howling warning, it's like they know I won't stop. Mama's lullaby returns, soft but far away. Funny how the dead remember what the living couldn't say. Met a man on the crossroads, offered rest for my soul. But the price he whispered softly was the one thing I can't hold. Tried to feel the sunrise, tried to feel the rain. Turns out death don't free you.
Night, no more wrong or right. Ride on, hear the cry.
Even ghosts don't die. Riding after death, still feel the flame. Every mile reminds me I'm not the same. If peace waits somewhere, it ain't on this road. Just a soul too heavy for any load. If you hear hoofs thunder where the road is bare, don't turn around. He's already there.
Yeah, we're here and there means I couldn't stay. There were things I needed saying before I rode away. Didn't want you watching the man I was becoming. Some stories don't deserve to be told face to face to someone. Every lie I ever told you started out as something true, and just a piece I left out to protect you from the view. Every time I said tomorrow would be better than today, I was buying time for my past to fade away. If love was all I had, why did I turn back? Before the sun comes up, you should know the truth. I wasn't the man you believed I was for you. If forgiveness finds a way through the damage I made, remember me kindly, not just afraid. There's a box beneath the floorboards full of letters I never sent. Every word a little window into how broken I went. Tried to build a better version, but the cracks kept showing through. Turns out you can't outrun what's inside of you. If I had one clean moment, one unbroken day, I go back to the first time you looked my way. Sirens cut the silence like a knife across the night. Guess the past finally found me. Guess it won the fight. If they tell you I resisted, that part ain't true. I was just too tired to keep running from you. Hold on, don't forget, love outlives regret. Hold on, here it calls. Some truth save us all before the sun comes up and the world moves on. Know that every mile I rode was to right or wrong. If there's peace beyond this moment, I'll finally rest, not as a hero or a villain, just a man confess. If the sunrise feels heavier than it did before, that's just truth knocking at your door.
Don't turn on the light tonight. I don't wanna see you cry. Let the darkness hide the truth. I've been trying to deny. There's a suitcase by the doorway, been there for days. Every time I try to leave, your name pulls me to stay. I remember how you laughed when the world felt safe and wide. Before the storms inside me learned there was nowhere left to hide. You deserve a better sunrise than the one I bring along. Some hearts don't just get heavy, they slowly turn to wrong. If love could fix me, I'd never leave.
Kiss me one last time and let me go. Hold me like tomorrow will never know. If I stay much longer, I'll break you too. So remember the man who loved you true.
There's a note inside my pocket in case words refuse to come. Hard to say forever when you know you're already gone. Every step toward the highway feels like tearing skin from bone. Funny how the hardest place to leave is home.
If another man finds you and treats you right, don't look for me.
In the night, engine humming in the driveway, hands still on the wheel, waiting for the courage to make this real. Saw your shadow in the window, didn't turn around. Some goodbyes are kinder without a sound.
Hold on, don't chase me. Love ain't meant to cage me. that are gone and break us all. Kiss me one last time, let the memory stay of the nights we believed love would find a way. If our paths cross again in another life, maybe I'll be the man who gets to call you mine.
If you wait tomorrow and I'm not there, just know I left because I care.